What's going on, YouTube? And welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy, Kevin Forte. We are taking a look today at the Los Angeles Kings. So we have some news in terms of management. They re-upped Rob Blake to be the GM of this hockey club. As well as, again, we're hearing the rumors swirling about Jacob Chychrun. Could he be on the Kings blue line opening night at Crypto.com Arena for next season? We're going to go over that today. So we're going to start off with those reports from Greg Wyshynski of ESPN.com. He wonders if the Kings will be aggressive in adding to their roster, especially defensemen, and he suggests they could revisit the Coyotes defenseman Jacob Chychrun. Chychrun has one of the most beautiful contracts in the National Hockey League. He's getting paid very, very below where he is as a player. Now, he did have a bad season in Arizona, so you do have to consider that. And when the Coyotes consider trading him, they may be thinking to themselves, do we want to trade this guy on a down year? Again, these are the sort of things where maybe the value is going to even out a little bit with a down season. Maybe they are able to move Chychrun. Now, here's the thing. Jacob Chychrun is getting paid $4.6 million, which is one of the best contracts in the NHL up until the summer of 2025. Now, the problem with this contract, it is a good deal, but it does walk him straight into unrestricted free agency, as he'll be around 27, 28, 29 years old, somewhere in that range by the time of this deal kind of finishing up. So, you're looking at a spot here where Jacob Chychrun is a very good hockey player. And if the Kings were to give him up, they do have were to acquire him, they do have the assets to get a deal done. You look at guys like Vitaly Prokhorkin, Arthur Kaliev. I hate to say, but you even look at guys like Alex Turcotte. Those are the kind of guys that if you're going to get a guy like Jacob Chychrun, that's what has to come back the other way. I do think they will revisit that this summer. And again, looking at Chychrun, I do see him getting dealt this summer. And I do see the Kings as a real fit. And you guys have mentioned that a lot in the comments, that you would love Jacob Chychrun to the LA Kings. So once I saw that, I said, no, we have to talk about that. And now just a little bit more, not really rumors, it's actual news. The extension of Rob Blake as the general manager of the Los Angeles Kings. The Los Angeles Kings and general manager Rob Blake have come to an agreement on a 3-year contract extension. Rob Blake has done a very nice job in his tenure so far as GM of the Los Angeles Kings. You look at some of the moves that he's made already in his time here, since taking over from Luc Robitaille. He's done a real nice job. And you look at, he got this job back in 2013. He's been in the organization for a very, very long time. But let's take a look at some of the trades he made. So he acquired Troy Stecher for a 7th-round pick. That was actually a really nice trade. What else did he do? He brought in Victor Arvidsson last summer. He traded Jeff Carter. He traded out Mikey Amadio, who was a glue guy. He did bring in Brendan Lemieux. He brought in Elias Anderson, which that trade, for a 2nd-round pick, that was a little bit pricey. He drafted Brock Faber. He brought in Oli Mata, which that one hasn't worked too well. They traded Derek Forbert at the deadline. They traded Alec Martinez as well at the deadline in 2020. They traded Tyler Toffoli. They traded Jack Campbell. So he's been the guy that's kind of been rebuilding, getting a lot of draft picks, a lot of draft capital. And like I said, you look at guys he's been drafting recently. He drafted Quentin Byfield, Alex Turcotte, Brant Clark, Gabe Vilardi, Rasmus Kupari, Tobias Bjornfot, Arthur Kaliev, Jared Anderson Dolan. I already mentioned Brock Faber, Akil Thomas. Some of these guys that are NHL players. Jordan Spence in the 4th round. He's playing in the NHL. Mikey Anderson back in the 2017 draft. Again, 4th-round pick. Pretty good there. So he does have a pretty good track record with some of the guys that he's brought in. And And again, when you look at Rob Blake's tenure so far, he's done a very nice job. I do think he's the guy in LA. He's done a very nice job, and he's done what's been asked of him. This is a team that is, had their window of cup success in the mid 2010s, and now, they've kind of rebuilt and been, arguably in terms of successful rebuilds, between them and the New York Rangers are kind of the prime examples right now in the current new age era of the National Hockey League. And, really props to Rob Blake for, again, it's one thing to trade guys and get the draft picks. It's another thing to actually turn those magic beans and draft picks into actual NHL players. And again, Rob Blake has been able to do that. So that's it for today's video, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Give me some mock trades for Jacob Chychrun. Obviously with Rob Blake's background, he has made some pretty good trades. This would obviously be the highlight trade of his tenure in LA, but let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Go Kings.